workers' interests above corporate interests?
Well, yeah, absolutely there are. Okay?
Which one already has the most members? Like, which one is your best bet for actually doing something?
Well, I don't know how many members there are. I mean, I think I'd say, I'm going to put a plug in for my Communist Party.
About the difference between a Marxist-Leninist, a Trotskyist, since you say you are a member of the Communist Party?
Basically, Leninist and Marxist were people that believe that the differences between capital and labor are much different. Our interests are much different. In that labor should essentially own capital, because labor creates capital. It doesn't just create itself. That there are certain things, and if today I think the modern day American Communist Party thinks of this has got a somewhat different view as well. But if you have collective ownership comes through essentially government, because that's where everybody is a collective member of. All right, we all have a voice in government. Through that, the view of the Communist Party as I know it here and work with people, and again there's some variances, but by and large it is the fact that capitalism has got such a hold in the world that it's kind of ludicrous to think that you're going to eliminate it. Okay? So what you need to do is rein it in. And there are certain things that, as communists, we believe should be in the public domain. Well, healthcare, we believe, is much better in the public domain, okay, if you have a single-payer system. I wish I could give you a better answer on the nuances or the differences between Trotskyism and Leninism and Marxism. It's kind of ironic that Marx felt that the United States was the place where communism was going to take off. That was going to be the place for the revolution that took place in 1917. It was a place where you have an abundance. It didn't materialize, okay? It did, though, in Russia, and things evolved over time there. I will be having a person speaking on this, though, that can talk more about those nuances, who is much more authoritative in the Communist Party than I am.
Talking in Marxist terms or communist terms about the working class versus ownership, if ownership does in fact sort of perpetuate its own leadership and power and accumulation of money, then you got to say, the logic sort of spells out that the institutions of the media and politics they're not democratic in that sense, and that's a hard thing to face, I would think, for a lot of people. So what do you do?
What do? You plan for the revolt, okay? You agitate.
They're all here. They're waiting. They're sitting here waiting, thinking about what what the Communist Party's all about.
There you go. Well, I'll bring Tony up and we can start talking about that. And if you do have any questions with regard to the film or that, we can talk about those things as well.